Some people also
And that's
claim
the
that the technology that we got and that the way that we're getting is from aliens. Some people say that there are giants underground in military labs that are working on developing technology for us in secret. There's a lot of crazy things that are like that, and that's kind of what my segment is about: giants and kind of modern day giants.
Yeah, let's dive into. Is that the giant skeleton one you want to talk about?
Well, okay, that's kind of at the end to kind of sum up everything. Is there's an article that came out earlier this month about giant bones, because I was always like, it's crazy. There's like all these articles in the New York Times. Go scroll down a little bit. It'll show the date, exact date. It's like go down.
That's a good looking cheeseburger.
Go down.
That lady's foot is definitely not fitting in that shoe.
What is that? 1869. Yeah, so there's like legit news articles with like pictures of a giant's head. Supposedly they said like when they took over this country that there were giants and they were like eating people. Like they would hide out in caves. They would eat them when they needed. They would only eat them in like defense or whatever.
Yeah.
But like they're saying when we took over this country, we didn't only take it from Indians, but we took it from the giants too. Like we had to kill some giants. But like they say they hid all the information. It's all some wild, like it's all word of mouth and kind of some crazy stories, but it's still cool to like look into. There's even a lot of real stuff in like biblical aspects, like in Genesis. There's talks of these Nephilim, the story of David versus Goliath. You know what I'm saying? All of these might be true, but it's also cool to see in retrospect and hindsight that like God can do a lot with a little bit, and like no matter how small you are, you can overcome big obstacles. You know, it might be like that, or it could be true. You know what I'm saying? They could be mystical creatures with giant eyes that can see things better than we can. They were saying that these stones are huge because I'm just saying like archaeologists and like okay. different specs, like conspiracy theorists and stuff are out there that describe these giants as people we used to worship. You know what I'm saying? Like we would, and they're saying that they're not the giants, and supposedly like fallen angels used to like do it and create these beings with like horse heads and like all those things we see in stories. You know what I'm saying? I think it seems mystical and crazy. You know,
I don't think it's mystical or crazy. I mean, if I were to go back in time like 30 years and like, hey, there's going to be a robot that, you know, accesses, you know, your thoughts through Neuralink and it can predict when you want your dishes to be done or your laundry to be done. You'd be like, no, they ain't going to put no chips in people's brains. I think when you mentioned, you know, the whole thought about there's these giants could potentially have been, or even angels, whatever, could have potentially been another alien race or some sort of like higher powered species or more intelligent species. I'm a big fan of the theory and the concept of a freeway and an anthill, and essentially what that entire theory comes down to is try and explain the concept of a freeway to an ant, right? The ant's too stupid to explain what that freeway is, so why even bother? And so my thoughts on that is I think we as human beings today are currently the ants, and maybe there is some sort of species out there that does think we are too stupid right now, but I think every now and then they go, let's see what they do with the atom, and let's see what they do with fission.
And they have the ability to put it in our mind.
Let's see
what
they do.
We're like, oh, I got this idea, this vision.
Yeah, let's see what
came to me. You know, all this, so many accounts of people being like, oh,
let's see what they do with hypersonic missiles, or let's see what they do with.
They're like, boing, 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 boing.
Let's see what they do with this anti-gravity. This TV show's boring, man. Hey Phil, can you come in here, man? I keep watching this TV show called Earth, and it's stagnant, man. Give them the anti-gravity gun, man. Let's see what they do with that. That'll be a cool season.
You think the Giants have You think the Giants have a big old wiener?
Or like a micro?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, there's
what are we talking?
Like,
we're even
worse.
35, 40 feet tall, or down to 12, like 16 feet tall.
So, like on average, if you got a 30-foot giant
in our world today, like You know what I'm saying?
think...
There's also all these biblical accounts of ages being longer. You know what I mean? And how our ages are kind of declining. You know, instead of an evolution base where we would be inclining in years.
Hypothetically, 30-foot giant. What are we talking wiener size?
I would imagine like.
Well, you gotta think 6-foot man.
Yeah.
3 foot.
This is very.
3 inch.
I'm gonna keep it wholesome. I'm gonna keep it wholesome. You know.
6 foot man, 3 inches. So you're saying how
3 inches? Jesus Christ, that's a struggle, man.
So we're talking what the average is like.
Probably be proportionate to their body, bro. You know.
Nah, I mean you have like look at it right now.
We're talking like 2 foot.
Now hold on. So how tall? How big?
What if they
how big is the giant?
Like out
how big
of
is the
eggs?
giant?
I'd say 30-foot giant.
30-foot giant. It's having a
4 foot,
20 to 30 inch. 20 to 30 inches.
Jesus Christ, that thing is small. Well, you know what I mean?
That's so tiny compared.
Oh, Jesus, compared to what we got.
No way, dude. I'm saying a good like 40 inches. And it has like a good like fully blooded out, like doing some
blooded
like
out
giant. The Giants do their marriage thing, whatever. I don't know. You know,
are we talking
can we listen? So there's this guy.
Are we talking a white giant or are we talking a black giant?
Black giant.
Oh, we're talking black giant. Oh yeah, it's definitely
I like to keep my talk wholesome. But there's this guy named Trey Smith, okay? He runs this thing called God in a Nutshell. Super like level-headed dude. Definitely like out there in some of his like ideas, but he is an archaeologist and he makes a living like talking about this stuff.
We're talking about this guy right here?
Yep.
All right.
And this is one of his videos. We'll just watch it and comment as we go, but it's called Fallen Angels, Rise of the Nephilim.
All right, so we're going to go right into the next segment, which is Mikey's segment, Fallen Angels by who?
Trey Smith.
Trey Smith.
With God in a Nutshell.
Presentation.
And so for everybody that is listening on the audio podcast, we want to like definitely try and give you as much as possible.
What's up with the dick? We're talking about dicks, and look at the fucking video next to the guy.
You're watching.
He's got a big old wiener underwear.
Fallen Angels, Rise of the Nephilim.
They're always listening. AI is listening. It's like you want to see. Yeah, who's filling that underwear? I'm not filling that. That is crazy.
I want to talk about God and giants, and you're like, how big is the giant's wiener? You know what I mean?
We all want to know. It's a part of science.
How big is the robot's wiener?
These are serious questions that we need to be answered. We dive deep.
Everybody's asking them. Stop it.
All right, back into the
big nutsack. Fill that underwear.
Oh, let's start this out.
Don't make me pull my foot
We're
out.
going too far off track. We gotta start this over for Mikey. All right. Fallen Angels by who, Mikey?
All right, I'll try to not look at that tongue.
Can you make it full screen? Can you just make it full screen this one time?
All right.
Thank you.
This presentation that you're watching is called Fallen Angels, Rise of the Nephilim. What I'm holding in my hand right here is a serpent idol. These are
dude, he's holding a serpent.
found in the area all around where ancient Eridu was in current-day Iraq, where the Tower of Babel, the areas where the Tower of Babel was.
So Iraq was actually super interesting. Like, I would love to know more about like the architecture because I feel like we kind of blew up most of that shit, right?
Yeah.
Like it's
USA.
Whatever is there.
USA.
Pretty god, but get back into it.
Where you also find a lot of what are called eye temples. A portion of the reason that they're called eye temples is you find all of these little wispy, ghost, ET-looking characters, supernatural characters that have all of these little eyes on them, these little eye idols.
Why is his own eyes like in focus of the idol?
This particular idol is a serpent goddess. Its name would be Namu or the Tiamat, one of the oldest forms of worship on earth, the Nakash in the garden. The word Nakash has 3 uses in one. Just as the Nakash comes from Genesis 3. As a noun, it means serpent. That's where you're getting the common translation in the book of Genesis. This was just a serpent in the garden.
Did he get stock footage of that, or was that like his?
No, that'd be funny.
He's putting all this together himself. Dude.
Went to hey, here's a rattlesnake.
It's like a cool mind. Like this is what he does. Like this.
Jesus.
Like you know what I mean?
Okay, so this guy kind of dives into like.
Yeah, Trey Smith is dope. Keep going.
But it's much more than that, because as a verb, it means this serpent, just like this idol here, means to be.
It's so easy to become a podcaster.
Fucking ass. Get the YouTube premium, man.
Divine is what it means. Now, as an adjective, it means the shining one. So this character that we're finding in the book of Genesis in chapter 3 is a luminous, serpentine creature, seeming angelic and wise, yet evil.
He's been speaking for like a minute and 30 seconds. I have no idea what the fuck he's talking
about. I have no idea what this guy's talking about.
What is he talking about?
You guys don't have the ears to hear. Listen,
what is he?
You guys are more worried about penis. You guys are lost in your mind.
He mentioned together, guys. Serpents, and then we went to
He's talking,
eyes,
just listen
and then we went
for a
to
second. Yeah. Keep going. He's going to bring Iraq, it all together.
And then we're in the book of Genesis.
He whistled a crazy tale. I'll agree with you.
All right, I'm going to give this a solid... I will give this another minute and a half, and if he's just
30 seconds,
if he's just spitting shit out.
Therefore, it would only be appropriate for us to begin coming from Genesis 3, where the serpent makes entrance, going to the passages of Genesis 6,
I can't hear it, Mikey.
Where it reads this: when men began to increase in number on the earth, and daughters were born unto them, the sons of God, the word there is B'nai Ha-Elohim. This means a direct creation of God. These are angels. These sons of God, these are fallen angels in this context, saw that the daughters of men were beautiful, and they married any of them that they chose. Then the Lord said, my spirit will not contend with mankind forever, for they are mortal, and their days will be 120 years. Now, whether you're using the text of Genesis or this little replica...
Is that a brick? He's like, man, eat the fucking bricks off this guy.
Bro, he's going over like documents we used.
But what I'm asking is like, where are we going?
He's leading you into what he's talking about Nephilim. He's talking about.
He hasn't said shit about
are.
What
he is. This is the history and the backstory. Okay. You're not paying attention.
Okay.
He's bringing it all into talking about that.
All right.
That's what I'm saying.
Brought this segment up, so I'm gonna get. So he's been talking for 2.5 minutes now.
Right now,
what part,
he's talking about the beginning. He's talking about Genesis and bringing everything together. He's saying either if you're reading the Bible or the Sumerian stones he's holding, he's like, it mentions these things. Watch. Please press play and stop interrupting. Thank you.
How long do you want to listen to this for? Like, I
want you to press play. I know you got to go carve pumpkins with your kids.
I have here the Sumerian King's List or any of these other documents, like the Epic of Gilgamesh. They're talking about in the ancient past, they're stating that over time you have been losing things, which is the reverse of what is commonly taught, that you are declining over time, that everything here, that you've gone from a lush pre-flood world to a very diminished and reduced state. So right at the beginning of this, I'd like to present you these two skulls. These are both museum-quality replicas of skulls. So this one that's in my hand right here, this is a replica of a modern human skull, is what this is. And I'm going to turn it a couple of different directions for you.
You can buy this on the website for $29.95.
He's got all these skulls in his house.
All right.
And then he shows the giant skull, like supposed giant skull. It's
right.
all
on this side next to me.
That's not what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
On the screen, just a little more. That is what's called a Neanderthal skull. Now I'm going to remove the bottom jaw from this modern human skull right here that I'm holding, and I'm going to remove the bottom jaw of this skull on this side.
I think what's bugging me is
Who's helping him right now?
I'm trying to understand what he's saying, and they're just like.
No way you can connect it?
I'm like, damn.
I'm going to hold both of these skulls up for you. This is the modern human skull. I want you to look at those rinky-dink little teeth that are on that skull right there. Now I want you to look at how thick those teeth are on that Neanderthal, this ancient skull, right here in my hand, this ancient human skull. Those teeth right there, let me ask you, Could those teeth and that bone structure on this skull last for many hundreds of years? Whereas this skull looks pretty rinky-dink and like it would fall apart pretty fast by comparison.
I mean, I think his justification right here with the teeth is like full of shit. Because like, if you take care of your teeth, some people in their 80s still have their real teeth. Like what?
No, he's just saying the size difference.
He's saying like that
the massive size of the skull.
He's like, look, it's evolution. Why are teeth certain sizes?
Let me see here.
I think
actual.
I think the story of like giants having existed before, I could believe that. Like,
well, okay, let me talk about.
You know what I mean? I just think
there's a story of. Let me read it right here. It's called the Kandar Giant. All right, this is a story of
Send it to me.
An operation in 2002. It's called Operation Enduring Freedom.
Send me the link you're reading.
I'm
send me this so I can put it on this podcast. That's why
I've texted it to you and I sent it to you on.
You sent it email?
I sent it to you on Discord as well. Yeah.
I need it on email, not either of those.
Email.
Yes, so, because I have a 2 PC setup. That's why I need it.
Here you go, buddy.
Kandar Giant, though, huh?
Anyways, so listen to this story. Let me get back to where I was at. I sent it to you, Rob.
Okay, I didn't get it.
So let's shift gears here. So the Kandar Giant. I sent it to the. Okay, listen to me. So check it. The tale comes from an interview with a military contractor who claimed that in 2002. During the Operation Enduring Freedom, U.S. Special Forces encountered a 13-foot-tall humanoid creature with flaming red hair, 6 fingers on each hand, and 2 sets of teeth in the mountains of Kandar, Afghanistan. So supposedly there was like a group of soldiers that went missing, right? And it was like a tactical force, and they just went dead, like silent. You know what I mean? And so they're following the path. They sent double first, I guess it was 8, and then they sent double the amount of people to go up there and check and find them. You know what I mean?
So and 16, a second group of 16.
Yeah, or I don't know if those numbers are correct, but either way, they're going to find the giant, and as they're walking, they're finding like clothes, like packs and guns just lying on the road pathway up there on the side of the mountain. And they finally reached this like big opening of a cave, and supposedly this Kandar giant only weapon it had was a giant spear, and he threw the spear out of the cave and just impaled the first guy and came out to attack more. And these guys have full LMGs, and they said they had to take it was like 30 seconds of continuous fire at the giant's head for it to go down, because the skin on the giant was so thick that it was like impervious to and it just makes me think of all the movies where the Hulk, all these things where they talk about these mystical creatures, and just to hear a story from these military people who are claiming that they've done this is pretty cool.
I would believe
if it's true or not.
I could believe that 100%, because if you look at like the skin of rhinos or the skin of elephants, you need an elephant gun to even like pierce some of these like hides, right? Like alligators have incredibly thick skin as well. Like you have to shoot the alligator in a certain spot of its skull because its bones are so thick that the bullets will bounce off. So like that
won't puncture.
I could see it being a legitimate story from 2002 of some sort of species or humanoid species that exists that has incredibly tough skin and incredibly thick bones. Like it makes perfect sense.
It's been hiding out in a cave, bro.
You can literally see those examples though in modern day times right now, whether it's a rhino.
They were saying when they after they killed it, they found all the bodies though, and they were like picked clean, like a chicken bone, like all like licked, like all the bones were like he was eating them.
Yeah, I mean,
oh my god, he's eating them.
Yeah,
I mean all of them. That would make sense too. I see legitimacy in that as well, because like if you take a chicken wing, like how quickly can you just be like that's super easy.
Oh, dude, I'm like world record time.
It takes like 5 seconds, not even that. Like you put it, grab it, whoop, gone. Like if something had strong, like I would say
strong enough to just like break it like that. That's crazy.
I mean, think of a gorilla, right? The strength of a gorilla,
Strength.
like
just the sheer size different in bodies makes you that much stronger.
I
you
like
know?
Just think about how strong I am, dude. And just get like 3 nicks, dude. Just
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 nick.
That's a lot of nicks.
That's a lot.
Dude,
of
just
nicks.
I could do that now. If I'm hungry enough, I might, dude.
You
Catch
are
me in a
Nick.
cave. Oh, that's right. I am Nick.
Nicholas.
Oh,
Yeah. Nicholas. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's a crazy story, and I don't know. Like that's why I was.
I want to dive
wondering
more
if,
into
like,
this. I want to get like.
There are some videos and like
I want
like,
the military.
They're
report.
all like
I want that.
We could dive deeper in it, but it's cool. These are all things that I've like heard about, and I'm like, whoa, fascinated by it because I'm like that could be real. Like that's insane.
I think what this guy is trying to communicate, Mikey, I feel like
This guy's a little. You need to watch.
He was a little out there.
He's older, you know, so he kind of doesn't edit it very well. But
I feel like
you kind of get it. You have to watch it. You got to
the
watch
scripture is in between the two palm trees. 2 palm trees
Take everything
equal
with the
1
grain of salt, man.
Genesis.
Like,
and then if you
know,
read
I'm not
the
saying
line,
like Trey Smith knows all the answers, but
if we
he's got-
spell
he's got a good
Zin
head on his shoulders,
backwards,
you know?
Guys, is it on
or no,
or ooh?
No.
ooh,
No.
No. So I'm not trying to diss your story, Meg, but what I think this guy has, I think this guy has a lot of info, but he's a terrible storyteller, right?
I just can't stop looking at the freaking underwear, dude. I couldn't focus.
What is that?
That's a big dong.
Shout out to Krakota
Why does it
men's
split
underwear.
in 2 different directions?
Find the
Dakota, why are
perfect pair for
you
your
why are you
boys.
making booty shorts with a lot of extra
Get the
baggage?
20% discount for
Look
a
at
year.
that. Why is there like a?
How do you get a
it's like-
20%?
Can we click on that
discount for a
website
year?
real quick? I want to see. what other.
shop now. We're
Let's
getting
click
some
that
of
real
these.
quick. Let's get. Oh, $30.
Oh, dude.
Dude, look how big the
Damn,
dong
bro.
is.
Dude, extra roomy.
Extra roomy.
I need some
Those are
extra
comfy.
room.
What is this slip for? Can you like?
They look so
why does
weird
it
though.
have,
I
like,
would
a-
never
where
want
you-
to wear that.
Why can't I zoom? Like, you know how like a lot of sites has like a
That's-
little plus
that's
mark and you can like kind of
Look
zoom
at-
in.
Nothing?
Ah, there.
Oh my
Ah,
god,
there it is.
dude, that's like your shit hanging
Is
below
that so
like.
you could put like a cup in or something?
Yeah, but like,
You know,
why what is this
pull your
for?
wiener out to pee.
What is
So
this?
we pull your
what is
wiener
this
out like a
slip for?
flap to pee.
It's like a kangaroo pouch.
So you can go
It's
pee
like
at it.
it's like I'm looking at Chris Pontius's like
You
shopping
guys
list.
are kind of fruity.
Chris
Dude, looking
Pine
at this
is
stuff. We need to get out of here.
I'm just like, what's going on? Like,
We
what?
need to
What?
get out of here, bro. You guys
Oh,
are
what does
really,
this scroll up?
really.
It says
this
likable.
is really
like,
That's
weird.
make you
hot.
feel comfortable, Mikey. Just like
I like it because it's perfectly placed on my screen. Like
Doesn't
I
make
can
me
see
feel
it. Like just
uncomfortable. I think
it's like
it's just
touching
retarded.
Mikey's head.
but here's the thing, like
It's like
is there-
perfectly over Mikey's camera right now. So when you were doing that, it looked like you were just touching his head with that.
Isn't that cool? Yeah, you guys are so funny, dude.
Mikey, why do you got underwear on your head? Why do you got underwear
Why
on
you
your
gotta
head?
put underwear in your head?
Now, so here I'm looking at the design here, right? And where's the middle part? Is this just like where's
Metal?
the
What are you talking about? Metal?
The middle, like
The
where it
middle.
separates the legs.
like where
It
it covers
goes underneath
where
your
it-
taint.
where it
right
covers
there.
the
It's like a
gooch.
G-string right there.
The dong space is
Can we
so
see-
big you just can't see the
You
leg
need to see
separation.
it in 3D.
Oh,
Right there,
okay.
bro.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
There it is. So it's like
It's tight, dude. Ugh, tight.
yeah,
Those things will be falling down all day.
my
No, it's just gonna be like
my
dug
search
deep
my
in
search
your gooch.
history is fucked.
Yeah, what were you thinking? Now it's just gonna offer you so many underwear. It's like
It's just like, did
he
you want this?
He like,
It's just like
Yeah.
Alexa's like, would you like
it's
to buy
like,
this?
do you
Rabbit?
like Speedo?
Rabbits, would you like to buy Speedo? You want red or blue?
You want to go on beach
Buy-
vacation?
Oh yes, we have a 20-gallon. Would you like 100?
Speedo boy, Speedo boy.
Say we'll give you $5 off if you buy 150 pairs.
Start getting
Anyways.
more
Dude.
ads with dudes in speedos.
Why?
They're like,
Why is
hey, Rob,
first off
hey,
this
bro,
guy like
I heard you like speedos, but I'm selling these Ray-Bans.
this
Really thin
Super
Ray-Ban,
specific, like
super
hey,
thin
Robert
glasses
Cox,
and dongs.
yeah.
this guy's not doing himself any favors, right? He's talking about Genesis 6, right? And then there's just underwear and dong on his ass. Like
Yeah.
someone's trolling him hard, man. Because you, that
No,
sucks.
bro, that's not true. This is just your ads, bro. This is already you. You're just trying to cover.
Yeah, hey, you know what?
And you don't
you
even you had the ads on. You don't even have.
were
preview.
looking up this shit before we got on.
Maybe I will.
Before we got on.
Let me look at another one. We got another ad? We see if another underwear ad pops
Just
up.
just refresh something else.
Oh, it'll pop up. 'cause I
Refresh
clicked
the
it.
screen.
Yeah.
All right, hold
Yeah.
on.
No, refresh it.
All right, let's see.
We get down to the bottom of things over here.
He scammed me.
Oh, the
Oh.
unexpected
Oh,
in and
remember
out
we
of
talked
the
about-
Mazda
we talked about Apple
CX-50.
phones earlier, though.
Oh.
Remember we did? We were talking
I mean,
about.
look at the
that.
Tesla robot taxi is confusing.
All right. Well, everybody,
Asian
we're
sensation.
going to wrap this up here.
Yep.
We went over quite a few segments today. We went over Elon Musk's new Optimus robot. We talked about AI, a little bit of ChatGPT and how it's kind of affecting like everyday kind of stuff. Quantum computers. We dived into, I think, some evolutionary abnormalities that I think are either maybe it's a super species, or maybe we're looking
Folklore.
at like some old Neanderthals that are hiding. Because I totally believe the whole Neanderthal theory, right? Because like you'll go in the Amazon and they'll find tribes that have never seen people. So like that's
And then they'll eat them.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
And then they'll
Oh, you
literally
gotta keep
eat
an
those
open mind,
people.
man.
if
I
you're
don't know. What do you guys think?
If you're
They'll
listening
eat you.
on the Spotify, or if you're listening on Apple, please drop a review. So let us know how we're doing. And if you are watching on the YouTube side, drop a subscribe or drop a follow. Subscribe to the channel. We are live, or not live. We post episodes on Facebook, Spotify, YouTube, Apple, and we post clips on TikTok and Instagram. So
And Facebook.
If you're interested to
And YouTube
have anything
Shorts.
on the podcast, leave a comment. Let us know below.
yeah. So if you like the episode, you can click on the full episode right here, or you can click on the
Here's your thumbnail.
segment right here. All right. Have a wonderful day. Later, guys. Peace. Bye.
Peace.
What's
Camera just stops working. Time to invest in a new camera, Rob. That thing sucks.